Hello there. This is Heirs to the Kingdom channel, and today's lesson we're doing chapters 15 and 16 of the book of Exodus. If you're new to this is a Bible study channel going through the King James Bible, not skipping anything as Scripture commands. So if you would, like, subscribe, and share this content, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So last we left off, Moses split the Red, well, God split the Red Sea, told Moses what to do, so the people would follow Moses. Believing, getting them back to believing in prophets. Before he talked to people that weren't really called prophets. I believe they did have prophets in the land. They had priests in the land. Priests were known to be godly people that heard from God. And it wasn't just the Israelites. There was priests in many other nations. In Ethiopia is the father-in-law of Moses. And he was a priest. So, I believe if there was a priest of a certain false teachings, they would specifically say that, but they don't. So, anyways, we just take it that he was already a godly man. Anyways, so God wanted the people to, without a doubt nothing, follow Moses. What he says is truth. It's from God. And so on and so forth. People already whined and complained because the Egyptians were coming to take them back, to make them servants or kill them where they stood. So they were between an army of the Egyptians and the Red Sea, and God used the Red Sea to destroy the Egyptian army that was pursuing them. So now they're on the other side. And let's continue on here. Now with 15, verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Now, take heed of that wording there. God did not condemn them for saying this. The Lord is a man of war, which means here's wrath. He's not just love, he's also wrath. We are always to remember this, that he will slap us to the ground to get our attention if he needs to. He is our Father. He is our teacher, our leader, our guide. We're to do what he says. Period. As long as it falls into Scripture, that's all we need to live by. Verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Now, why would that happen? They're covered in armor. So, yeah, can't swim with a bunch of metal being on you and stuff of that nature. Even in their time, they had armor of sorts that they wore into combat. Verse 6. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemy. And in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind. The sea covered them, they sank as lead in the mighty waters. So they already knew metals. They've already been working with metals. I think at this time they're in the Bronze Age, but they already knew of lead, mining materials and stuff. So, verse 11. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. Let's go back to the part where it says, among the gods. Many nations believed in many gods. And so the Lord is letting the people know, because as these times have passed by, people started following. Even in the time of Abraham, they worshipped false idols. Abraham's family's business was false idols. Rebekah, Jacob's wife, took the idols of her father and kept them and stole them when they left the land and stuff. We've already went over that wording, those words as well. So following false idols, and those idols cost money. It was a way to make money, to get people to believe in false things. And so the Lord's proven that he is the one and only God. Those other things are fake. Verse 14, the people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina, which of course will be the Palestinians, or however you say that word. Anyways, verse 15. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab trembling shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Now this is a song that they're singing. These are cheers, pretty much what they're giving to the Lord. 16. Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of thine arm they shall be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over. O Lord, till the people pass over which thou hast purchased. So they now, saying that, God bought them, purchased them out of the hand of the Egyptians. So he's saying, you are now my people. I own you. And they are to remember that as Christians, Jesus purchased us with his blood. He owns us. And that's the way we're to live. He is our Father. He does not own us in hatred or anything of that nature, in evilness or meanness. He owns us in love. He purchased us with his blood, with the love he has for us. But if you're a Christian, you are a servant, but also an heir. And you can leave anytime you want to. He will not make you stay. But as you stay, you follow and obey. The saying, you heard that from Mel Gibson in the movie The Patriot. He says, this is militia, it's not regular army. If you want to leave, leave. But while you're here, you will obey. It kind of falls in that same category. Jesus does not force you to stay with him. You can leave any time, and he will remove his grace from you, and you can turn back to the world. But as long as you want to follow him, you do it willingly, and knowledge of knowing who's in charge. Verse 17, thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary. O Lord, which thy hands have established. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. For the horse of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea, and the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them, but the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. Now remember, when the Israelites were going over, they was on dry land. As the chariots were coming, their wheels were sinking in mud. So God was letting the land get wet again. It was only dry where the Israelites and whatever they had walked. Everything else stayed wet. That part's not really covered too much, but we've already read that. Anyways, 20. And Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. So here, the end of, it ain't the end of the song, but it is starting another section, because Miriam is the sister. They call her the prophetess because God speaks to her as well. She will be the leader of the women, teaching them. Women are not allowed to teach men. Women can only teach other women how to be good women for the Lord. They have their role, men have theirs. Remember to always stay in your lane, because if not, you're going against God's natural design. Verse 21, And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. Of course, we're out of the song part now, but continue on 23. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. If the water's bitter, that means there's something in it you should not be drinking. It's not going to be good for you. 24. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? So here it is. They're already having doubt. He's following, they're following the pillar. Moses is following the pillar of light or the pillar of cloud during the daytime, the pillar of light at night. And so they're following. But they're murmuring against Moses, like, he is the one in charge, but he's letting them know, I'm following God. You follow me, I follow God. So they tend to forget that part. But they're already having doubts. 25. And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. So he used a tree to filter and clean the water. What the tree was, don't know, it doesn't say. 26. And said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight. Remember that. We do what's right in the sight of the Lord, not in our own eyes, our worldly eyes, and what is in the sight of the Lord. Not society's sight, his sight. Continue on here. And wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes. I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. Now we're still under the part of following sight and his commandments, but most of life now is by chance, as we're Gentiles. Most of us are Gentiles. Not all of us. There are some Israelite Christians. But 27. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. 16. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came into the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the 2nd month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. Now the name there, Sin, is not actually pronounced Sin. It's I think it's Sion, and they spell it Sin, but I think I'm supposed to pronounce that Sion. It is pronounced differently. So, verse 2. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. Here they are, already doubting again. They've witnessed all these miracles already, and they're still like, do me, do for me, do for me, instead of like, hey, what can we do for the Lord? They never ask themselves that. Most people don't. Even today, most people don't ask, Lord, what can I do for you? Instead of, Lord, will you do this for me? Anyways, that's things we all have to work on. Verse 3. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye had brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Yeah, nagging and complaining already. Verse 4. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel at even, then ye shall know that the Lord hath brought you out from the land of Egypt. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of the Lord, for that he heareth your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we that we murmur against us? And Moses said, this shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full, for that the Lord heareth your murmurings which ye murmur against him. And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. And Moses spake unto Aaron, saying to all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, at evening ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God. And it came to pass that at even the quails came up and covered the camp, and in the morning the dew lay around about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, is this manna? For they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, this is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, and an omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. I don't know what an omer is, but it's a form of measurement that they had. Verse 18. And when they did meet, I think it's pronounced meat, meaty or meat, I think it's meaty. And when they did meaty it with an omer, I guess measure, that's another word for measure. He that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was wroth with them. And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating, and when the sun waxed hot, it melted. So yeah, it even says, don't keep none of it, just eat up what you're going to eat, and then toss the rest out. It says, oh, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to want more later, and nope, not allowed. You eat flesh at night, and you eat bread in the morning, and you walk and work during the day. 22. And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man, and all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord has said, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning. So here it is. This is the thing that people were doing even in America for a very long time, is they didn't cook on the Sabbath. Somewhere along the line they were told that Sunday is the Sabbath, but I never found that in Scripture where the days switched. It's supposed to be Saturday. So Friday, you're supposed to do all the stuff and prepare to not do anything on Saturday. That was Israelite law. This is added laws to the Sabbath. So we're not under this no more. It's just remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. That's the day that God rested. Anyways, 24. And they laid it up till the morning as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. And the Lord said unto Moses, How long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? So that they're automatically, it's like they've seen the miracles, they witnessed with their own eyes, and they're still questioning and doing what they want to do. This stuff angers God, even today. 29. See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. And so you're not even supposed to go, at this time you couldn't even go outside. You're to stay put. You rest. You do nothing. A lot of people today do that almost every day, but anyways, 30. So the people rested on the 7th day, and the house of Israel called the name thereof manna. And it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. We would probably call that donuts today. Probably would taste like donuts, something of that nature. 32. And Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord commandeth. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a pot, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord, to be kept for your generations. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years, until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. So now it gives you more definitions of if you want to know what an omer is. Which is, ephah's still another measurement that we don't use anymore around here. Anyways. But that's the end of this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And, like I already said, many of us don't really ask God, how can I serve you today? And these are things we need to work on. These are things to pray about. We're to always pray. There's always something to pray about. If we think long and hard enough, always something to pray about. The lost, the found, ourselves, others, all nations, all peoples. And don't forget to give God all the praise, glory, and worship, and thanks and everything. I'm going to go ahead and end this lesson here. So until next time, God bless, good night, and goodbye.